What's up, everybody? It's the Omega Legend, and I have another little rumor for you today, and I'm just gonna speak on it now. Flat out, the rumor is that Warner Brothers is concerned or worried about Batman versus Superman and all this other kind of bullshit, so I thought I'd speak on it. I just gotta call bullshit on this one. Now, apparently, it's not that the movie is bad or anything like that. That's not what Warner Brothers is really worried about. Apparently, what they're worried about is how the audience will respond to it, along with how it's going to perform at the box office. Yeah, sure. Batman and Superman together, live action, for the first time in history, is going to do bad at the box office. That's what you're worried about? I do not believe this for a second. Bullshit. But there's also another part to it, and I'll just read it real quick. They're more concerned about how the audience will respond to it and how it will perform at the box office, blah, blah, blah. The mainstream audience is used to the popcorn movies that Marvel produces and won't respond well to Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice's deep story that was written by an Oscar winner. Yeah, the fuck right. I mean, who creates this bullshit? First off, majority of, moviegoers aren't even comic book fans. They enjoy movies. They enjoy superhero movies. They just enjoy, a good movie in general. So the idea that audiences are too used to Marvel stuff makes no sense, because this is not a Marvel movie. You can see that. One of the first things they're going to show is DC Warner Brothers logo. So, it's not a Marvel movie. Now, this is flame shit. Enough of the Marvel versus DC, one of you has to die bullshit. So whoever wrote this was clearly trying to bash a Marvel movie in a secret way, and it's just annoying. But let's say, for argument's sake, that this is true, that this was really said behind closed doors. Number one, this is Batman we're talking. If you're not a fan of comics, everybody likes Batman. Why? Because it's Batman. And actually, that's all you need as a excuse. It's Batman. Number two, it's Batman fighting Superman. If you don't know anything, the one thing that has people curious is probably, how the fuck does Batman beat Superman? I don't comprehend it. That's stupid. Oh, okay, it's stupid. Then word of mouth gets out. It's good. Let's say it's good, because I believe it will be good. You sit there and think to yourself, how the hell does he do it? We know how ways he can do it. If he beats Superman, we don't know. I think he might. But how does he put up a fight? For one, in order for it to be Batman versus Superman, there has to be a fight. How do you put up a fight? That curiosity is going to get people in. That being said, almost all promotion, except for one trailer that was put out with Doomsday and all that, every other piece of promotion was received well. Every other promotion that you put out, whether it was a poster, a TV spot, a trailer, besides that one trailer, was received well. It got everybody hyped. Everybody's like, holy shit, DC's gonna put out a fucking awesome movie. I have to go see this. So where is this, concern coming from? Now, DC has a history of being real, frightful and, testing the waters with their little toe to see if it's cold. They've been real careful, simply because they've never showed much confidence up until about a year ago. A year from now is when they really ramped up. You know what? We're putting out all these fucking movies. They're gonna be good. We're gonna get a good team. Before that, I was like, we'll move this date. We'll move that date. We'll see how it goes. We're just planning this. Then next, fuck it. Wonder Woman, Justice League, Aquaman, even fucking Cyborg, who just got his own comic. They're all getting movies. DC bitches. Next, you also have to realize, Marvel's never once said we're scared about how the audience might react, because we don't really have too many hardcore gritty movies like a DC project that are, more adult orientated, but still could be, seen by the kids. You've never heard that. So why would the competition say that? That makes no sense. It makes none. Then once again, you also have to realize, not everyone's a Marvel fan. There are some people who only like DC stuff and, leave it at that. And vice versa. Not everybody who goes out to a theater is a Marvel fan. So to say that the general audience is so used to this and that, not everybody's gonna go see your movie. That's just because it has nothing to do with what Marvel does. It has to do with overall human taste. And some people are gonna see your movie and not see a Marvel movie. Some people aren't going to see either because they're tired of capes and colorful underwear being worn on the outside. It's just what it is. So these statements don't really add up to me. And if they're true, DC should just cut out the fearful bullshit. Have some balls. Get ready to put the movies on like a month away. Statements like this generate fear. This is how you start generating a Fantastic Four kind of, effect. Where you start having cold feet right when it's time to, put up or shut up. It's not really a good sign. But that's if it's true, which I don't really believe. But even I have to admit, DC movies do get an unnecessary amount of hate. Maybe it's because of the Mr. Freeze, Green Lantern thing. It's not like Marvel has put out 100% quality. They have stepped it up from phase 1 to phase 2. And so far, even though we have only one thing for phase 3 looks pretty good. But still, nobody can do no wrong. Nobody can do all right. So, is DC really worried about the general public's perception of the movie? Yes. But so is every other studio whenever they put a movie out. Doesn't matter how good the trailers are. You're like, all right, here we go. Let's see what they think. You can have all the confidence in the world, but to the extent of what I just read and spoke on, no. Don't believe it for a second. Don't. Even the screenings of people who've seen it, I know it's not really wise to take an actor or somebody involved in the production's word for it, because of course they're going to say, yeah, it's pretty good. It's their job. They're in it. They're trying to get paid. That's what they have to do. It's an obligation. But I've been hearing nothing but positivity, and this just comes out of left field. It just sounds like hate and bullshit. And then to say, oh, they might not understand the deeper plot, that's just calling a general movie-going audience stupid in general. And it just wouldn't make sense to insult your audience before you set up an entire universe. So I take these with a grain of salt. Not to mention Marvel just to put out one show where a guy gets decapitated by a car door, and another 13-hour series that has to deal with a guy going around pretty much raping girls. So if you think that Batman is too dark and because Marvel's so this and that, they just put out those shows and everybody's seen it. So something's not really adding up. I don't know. I'll call bullshit on it. Let me know your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe for all things Batman v Superman.